All right, welcome back. Domed in Pod. We're recording on Sunday night. We'll probably release this one on Tuesday. We got the Sunday night football game up. Lamar versus Josh. What a game. Probably more entertaining than what we're going to have to do here with these plays. This was a tough one. But do us a favor, like and subscribe to the podcast. We've been keep hearing all the feedback, and we love hearing the feedback. So thanks to everybody who's been listening.
Absolutely. And chat it up in the comments, especially on this one. I think there's going to be a lot of good plays to run through here. Good is maybe not the right word like you described earlier, but interesting plays to look at and dissect. And this was a little bit doozy of a film session.
You're watching Domed in Cuse, the quick hit podcast for real Orange fans. If you love Cuse sports, hit like and subscribe. Let's go Orange.
All right, first up, Steve Angeli. There's some good and the bad here, Tav. Where do you want to start?
I don't know. I mean, the game was kind of a mismatch of both.
Derrick Henry to the house. Sorry,
I think honestly, are we cutting that?
No, keep going.
I do have us over tonight. I do. This game was, frankly, it was mostly bad for 7/8 of the game, and then we kind of woke up. I think we'll go through it. There's a handful of things, honestly, and some of this is kind of redundant from last week, which I think does give a baseline level of concern here, which we'll get into.
So you want to start with the good or the bad?
Just kind of a valley that ended on a nice kind of peak there at the end for us. So hopefully we can carry some momentum into the next game, but this was ugly for a while.
You want to start with the good or the bad?
I mean, I think why don't we just go chronologically, and that leads probably to the bad first.
All right, this isn't in chronological order, so we'll just go with the bad first. Thanks for answering the question. All right, let's start with Angeli taking sacks and holding the ball too long, because this was a problem. So, big fourth down here, and we're going to see Angeli take a sack fumble here. This was a big play in the game. It was the second time now we'd gone for it again on 4th and 2. Both were 4th and 2. So that's it's a long way to go on 4th and 2. It's not that close. I'd like to see us kick the ball. I'm a big kick the ball guy, and I really believe these are the situations where you kill yourself because you turn 3 automatic points into a major turnover for the other team. Looking at this play, Tav, you see the guy come off the edge, and Jelly just doesn't see it. 14 coming off the edge, and you got to get the ball out.
You do. You got to get the ball out here. You have to know this guy's blitzing. He said as much in an interview after the game that he just misidentified this play. This ball's got to be out. Nixon's not blocking this guy. He's out on the route. He's the guy who's got to get the ball here. I don't know that he's even open on this play. To your point earlier, I thought we should have kicked this here, particularly after we didn't get the first one. We really needed to come away with points.
I mean, he's not totally open there, but you can throw it to him.
You got to throw that needed to be made.
If it's an incompletion, and it's an incompletion, but this sack fumble is a disaster. You just can't take a sack in this situation.
I 1,000,000% agree. 1,000,000% agree. I'm just saying I don't even love the play call there either. But
I think I think you just kick it. But that's just me.
I agree.
But yeah, you got to read the pressure. You didn't read the pressure. You end up in a sack fumble. I'm done with this play.
Yeah, all right. I said play bothered me a lot when I saw it live. I'm done with it here.
Yeah, that might be doing a lot of that today. Angeli just holding the ball too long here. Just let it rip, buddy. Again, it's a first down, and we've talked about this, which is like, let's hand Willis the ball on first down, please. But this is crazy.
Like this is pretty good protection from the line. He's got time. There's plenty of space to step up and run here. Like the linebackers, you could see the coverage dropping back. There's nobody within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. There's room to take off here. You just got your internal clock just has to go at some point. You cannot hold the ball for this long at this level. And particularly as we start to play better opponents, like this is not a bad blocking job from the line. You just got to get rid of the ball here.
I think that's one thing that Kyle did so well. Kyle, especially when he threw it on first down, one of the things I thought he was great at was he would be okay taking the check down. He'd be okay taking a quicker route and just getting yards, whatever that was. And I think it's a lot of times last year we were able to get ourselves in 3rd and 4s. A lot of times. I mean, Kyle had the talent to get us out of jail when we did end up in 3rd and 8s and 3rd and 10s. So you remember a lot of great plays, but we had a lot more drives where we didn't even get to 3rd down sometimes, or we had very short 3rd downs and we were able to do different things with LaQuint or whatever on 3rd down. And Angeli, by taking these sacks instead of just let loose, just trying to cut it to somebody, you're just putting yourself behind the sticks and it's impossible to recover.
Yeah, I totally agree. We just can't take these sacks. It's now been a problem a couple weeks in a row. We're not doing a good job.
You just stall drives.
It is. It totally is.
All right. Let's get to the next.
So you want to move on to another one here?
Here's another sack.
This one
sack that leads to a missed field goal here because then we're farther out. Again, another time where when you look at this one, they have everybody blitzing on one side and the other guys are staying behind. So clearly it's not something we diagnosed pre-snap. But when they stunt and they pull all 4 guys here, we're 4 on 3 and we let, unfortunately, the first guy through, which is crazy enough.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think we talked about it earlier too. Like there's a theme with a lot of these. They're attacking the left side of the line, particularly Ferguson with these blitzes. Like we are not identifying them over there at all. And then I think he's a little bit slow from a reaction standpoint. So we're not identifying, and then he's not really capable of making that switch on the fly. People are going to do this. This is showing up on film now a couple weeks in a row. We have to find an answer for this pressure and this look moving forward. Like we need to do a better job on this.
Well, but this is a little bit on Angeli because he just is taking too long here, and the running back is not pulled into block. We know this. We play NCAA. We're just a couple of jabronis who are fans, but you got to pull. If there's a blitz coming and you want to take your time, you have to pull the running back into block. If the running back is not into block, somebody will come free when they're blitzing like this. It's obvious they're blitzing. They're all up on the line. And so you have to either keep your running back in, or if you're going to have him run a route, you have to throw it to them quickly. You can't take this long.
Yeah, I think this is also, I honestly think this is probably more of a protection slide to a degree. If you have any idea what's coming too, like that's an option on this. Like you said, they overloaded one side of the line. Like the entire left side of the defensive line drops back here. Like, I think to your wider point, this is just not being diagnosed at the line of scrimmage. We seem to have no idea what is coming from a pressure sense here. And this is going to be a reoccurring issue, and we need to figure this out quick because it's going to be disruptive to us. Teams are going to keep attacking us with these delayed pressures and kind of simulated pressures from a single side, particularly that left guard slot.
I mean, this is a 3rd and 10 here where they come from the other side. So not just the left side, the right side, but you can see Weatherspoon has no idea this guy's coming. That's why he completely whiffs on him, right? Because this little guy comes from the outside. But you should be able to know he's coming. Like you are the quarterback there. You have to call that out. You have to be able to see who's coming, because if you can't see who's coming, then you're going to get pressure like this. Whereas if they're coming on blitzes, you have to throw the ball quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree here. The whole thing is frustrating on a lot of these. Ball's just got to come out.
All right. Last bad one. This is the INT. Just a misread. Honestly, it's not the worst INT. I don't want my quarterback ever scared of throwing a pick. And what I don't want is them throwing, a stupid pick, somewhere kind of close because they didn't do something right. But here, he just misreads a guy. He thinks he doesn't see that guy. It happens. He's throwing the ball down the field. I'm kind of okay with the pick, honestly.
I actually am too. I feel a very similar way about this. He's taking a shot down the field. This was in the 4th quarter. We honestly
he kind of knew it when he threw it.
He did.
Really like the
guy kind of dropped back further into his zone than he anticipated. The ball did need to kind of start getting pushed downfield at this point in the game. It was a little frustrating. Obviously, it was first down that we, just throwing an interception like this, but this isn't the worst offense. Like you said, these mistakes when you're pushing the ball downfield, I can live with a little bit, particularly with a guy who hasn't played a ton. This is just going to happen, honestly, with whoever's playing quarterback if you're going to take shots down the field. But it just hurt. Honestly, time of the game, it felt like this was the dagger at the time. Obviously, it wasn't. But I remember throwing this pick, it felt like the game was over, at least in my head.
And he bounced back really well from it. But
He did.
there was a lot of clips too of potential interceptions that better teams are going to be able to make, and he needs to clean some of that up. But again, overall, that was pretty much the bad. There was a lot of good. So let's jump into some of the good. Here's a deep ball to Daryl Gill, who we should have got the ball to more all throughout the game, to be honest. But when we went to him, he just found his way past UConn defenders, got deep down the field. So he had another great game. And this is just a good throw down the field, seeing the open guy, hitting the open guy, not being afraid to push the ball down the field, which again, I love to see from Angeli. He's definitely not afraid to try to throw the ball deep, which I think is an important piece of a college offense.
Totally. And I think one thing about Gill too is he's a track guy. Like he gets on top of people quick, and on these routes where he's able to cross the field like this, like he is going to create space. I think this is just something we've both called out. Like I want this more involved in the offense moving forward. This can't be just a UConn thing. Like he ate this defense alive 2 years in a row now. I want to see this integrated more in the offense, but this was a good throw from Steve overall. Like want to see more of this. And there's a few to Valari in the game too, where he pushed it down the middle of the field. I'd like to get those guys involved more, pushing the ball vertical.
Yeah, but a big piece of that is setting it up here. So, again, Nixon's in the game here. I'd love to run some of this with Willis in the game. Also, I love this moving Jonte across the seam, because at some point that's just going to be a quick turnaround handoff. So I love the plays that Nixon sets up. Like I think one of the things that Nixon does really well is Nixon puts things on tape intentionally to get you to think about them, and then he kind of lulls you to sleep on them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Humbo, he runs this guy across, but he never actually hands it off. Boom, 4th and 1, hand it off to Cook on an end around. So it's that kind of stuff that is the really good on this play too.
Totally. No, this is Nixon in his bag. This is what we want to just see more of. We know we're capable of this sort of stuff on offense.
So another throw to Gill here, and I actually think we agree this is probably Angeli's best throw of the day. Great pass protection there by Nixon. Again, Nixon I thought also had a really, really strong game in this game, and could have honestly used maybe a few more touches himself. But this is a great pass block by him. He picks up the guy here, makes a great play. What a throw! That's a catch on Sundays. It's a great throw over the defensive back here and putting it in a position where Gill can actually make a play, not being too safe with it. Trying to throw it too high and overthrowing him.
Totally. No, this is a really good throw. It's a nice catch. It's a good route. This is just good execution from us. Like you mentioned, like this is Nixon stepping up, recognizing a blitz. Steve standing strong in the pocket, like knows there's going to be
more Jonte running across the formation pre-snap.
Yeah. Like this is a good throw. I mean, he stands tall in the pocket. Like this is a layered throw to get it over the defender there. Like, I think I was impressed with this throw. Honestly, live when it happened, I was frustrated when we went for 2 the first time. We had to go for 2 this time to get up 3 again.
Saved us the game.
It did. It truly did.
All right, let's look at another big play. The JRS touchdown, right? So here we go. JRS, 4th and 4. I don't know what UConn is doing here. This isn't the UConn film breakdown, but my God, what are we doing here at 13?
Yeah, seriously.
He just stops running with him.
Just stops running with him.
I mean, this is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. Look, he's just like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to run.
It's bizarre. I'm not sure if he just didn't see the ball or what the case was, but clearly just a bizarre mishap here.
Maybe he thought, on second look there, maybe he thought that ball was going to be a little short. So he tried to short hop it here. Because he tried to jump the route. Like, because he must have thought it was going to be short.
It's
Okay,
actually a
that makes a
well-thrown
little
ball.
more sense. It's a really well-thrown ball.
It's a well-thrown ball. JRS just makes a nice play, and
The
again,
safety
it
doesn't
was
get there.
shocking.
The safety's got to be there. Yeah.
It was shocking. And then he all of a sudden is 10 yards free, just kind of waltzing down the sideline for a score here, and all
We
of a
couldn't
sudden
do anything all day.
No, and all of a sudden this is like the easiest touchdown we could have imagined. Basically the do or die moment of the game. Obviously, this was the turning point in the game was this score, and then all of a sudden, with all the momentum sort of kind of rolling downhill in our favor here. This is a great play. We need to get JRS more involved, I think, from the start of the game and really leverage him. But this is a really good throw from Steve. He was confident on these. I think what stands out is the plays where he's good. It's decisive and confident, and where he's not, and he starts to break down. As soon as he starts to look tentative, it really gets ugly, and that's just something we're going to hopefully have to monitor and see if that gets better.
Yeah, but again, this shades of Virginia Tech, right? Out of a game, completely out of a game. All of a sudden, whoa, JRS touchdown. Okay, wait, we're in this fucking game. Let's go.
It literally felt just like that game. I know we were in the dome for that game. It felt just like that. It's just all of a sudden we're back in the game and we've got a chance to kind of make a stop and take the lead, and that's ultimately what happened.
And it wouldn't be an Angeli Film Room without this throw. Game-winning throw, clutch throw. So again, we've seen a couple of really big throws from Angeli, and that's the cool thing. 4th down, 3rd downs, 3rd and 1 overtime, and he makes just a great throw. So he definitely, in the big moments, has stepped up, and I've seen that in both of the first 2 games. So I think that's definitely a big win for the positives,
Absolutely. I mean, this was an awesome throw. I mean, he put this in the perfect spot. JR makes a great hands catch here, extends the ball over the goal line with a guy draped all over. I mean, this is a perfect throw. This is a perfect throw with the game on the line.
Then just an unbelievable catch, just strength out the.
It's just an awesome. This is just tremendous execution. It's a great play. This is a great play from the team. Elated when he made this catch. This was the first time I honestly felt like we were going to win the game was when he made this catch.
Legitimately, maybe the first time I breathed in 4 hours.
Seriously. And I think this is the sort of thing that we were hoping that we want to see more of from Angeli. Like, there are points here where the accuracy is really good on some of these short and intermediate throws. Like, this is what we hopefully can build on as an offense. Let's work the running game, let's work the short passing game, and let's use that to set up some shots over the top. Because teams are going to start to come downhill on us. We saw it today in this game, and I think it took us just a while to adjust a little bit. And hopefully we just
kind of make quicker. My thing with Angeli is the consistency, right? Because right now it feels a little like play to play. I don't know what I'm getting from him at times. We stalled out on a lot of drives that we didn't need to stall out on. Poor execution, poor game management. But then in the biggest moments when you really needed your quarterback to come through with guts and, great passing and, just finding the right guy, he has all that. So there's a lot of positives, and if he could just be a little bit more consistent and, just a little bit more consistent, and if the team could run the ball a little more, and, I think for the rest of the season, a big key for us is going to be game flow. We can't keep being the team that comes from behind. We're not Kyle McCord again.
Totally agree. We need to start better. We've started terribly now 2 weeks in a row. That can't continue.
Can't continue. All right. For our next segment, we're going to go through coaching. I'm slamming my fist on the table. I'm really, really mad about a few things. We already watched a 4th down that we went for it and didn't get it, and I thought that was a huge mistake. We had another one, and it was early in the game, and I want to touch on this first. Fran talked a lot about 4th down, being better on 4th down, it being important after last season. And this play, I don't understand why we call this play from 4th and 2. If it was 4th and inches, he had it easily. So it's a great play call on 4th and inches when the defense is not expecting it. But it's a terrible play when you have to go 2 yards.
This made no sense. I couldn't have hated this play call more. We shared a lot of thoughts live and after the game on this. Like, this is one of the more confounding decisions I think I've seen us even ever really make at Syracuse. Like, what are we doing on this play? Like, it's 4th and 2. You can see it's clear 2 yards. Like, it's not a one. It's not a short one. It is a clear 2. This play is never set up to gain 2 yards. Like, what? Like,
it's also fake tricky. It's also fake tricky.
It is.
It's like, oh, we're gonna quickly go the tight end underneath, and he's gonna snap it and go forward. Like, that's not that tricky. Like, if you wanted to get tricky here, I'd love that. Like, if you see this play start, like, I'm just look at Jonte. Look at Jonte on this play. If you just throw him the ball, that's the easiest 2 yards of all time. Dan Villari's an ex-quarterback. He can make that throw. If you call that play on 4th down, even if you don't execute that, I kind of get that. That's like super tricky. The defense is totally not going to be ready for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be a touchdown this close to the end zone. So I would have understood that more. I still think, though, you just got to kick the ball.
I agree. I think
you have to take the lead here. We haven't had a lead all year. You're in the dome. The first drive of the year in the dome. Just take.
I was more of. I understood going for this one more than the second one. This play call is just it's indefensible. It's truly an indefensible play call. Like, this is what you told me we were going to run. Kick it 100 out of 100 times. Like, it's a ridiculous play call for this scenario. Like, we're the better team in this matchup. Why are we, to your point, doing this fake tricky nonsense? Like, it just seemed unserious kind of from the start, and we really played with this kind of attitude for a lot of this game, and thankfully we turned it on. But this play honestly kind of encapsulates a lot of what the feeling was watching this game as a Syracuse fan for about 55 minutes of this experience. And then obviously it changed, but this was frustrating, and this play really kind of encapsulates that.
Either go full tricky, or just run a normal play. Don't do this in between fake tricky stuff. It doesn't impress me. I don't like it. I hate it.
Not a fake
but
tricky
also
guy.
just fucking kick the ball. I'm an SFX tricky guy. Just fucking kick the ball, man. That's just fucking kick the ball.
This was bizarre. This was bizarre to say the least. Okay. I will say, like you mentioned, a 4th and inches, Villari's great in that sort of scenario. He's huge. He's going to get you. Like,
he got that 4th and inches so easily if it was 4th and inches.
Correct. Exactly. That's not what that called for at all.
We're going to have to go to the other fourth down next. I think I know it's bookends of the game here, but I think we got to go to this one because it was something that was emphasized all off season. We're going to be better on 4th down. We had 2 big plays that cost us big time last year. Why is David Amaporiola guarding Scott Bell here on the most important play?
Again, it's just another one of these plays that is. I hate using the word indefensible, but it's really, really confounding. I don't understand what the rationale is to have him in the game here. It's you're putting the kid in a bad position. He's not the guy.
He could be in the game. You could rush 4. You only have 3.
Exactly. Rush the 4th guy here.
Yeah. Rush him from the linebacker spot. Like, that's something he's really, really good at. If you rush him from the linebacker spot, he might actually get home there and make a big play for you. That's dropping him into coverage and then having him have to go against Bell. It's such a mistake. Like, how do we not have one of our best guys on him? He's their best player. And Samuel and Peel were so good today. Yesterday. How could they not just be on him on 4th and game? I don't care what you call, but your best players have to be on the other best player.
It just doesn't make sense. You can name 5 or 6 other guys who you would rather have in this position than
No, there's only 2 guys I want in that position. It's
I agree.
Or Samuel.
I'm with you on that.
Those are the 2 guys who are playing.
But you know what I'm getting at. Like,
no. See, that's where I disagree because literally it's only 2 guys who could have been on him, or it is the stupidest coaching decision I've ever seen.
But even we talked about this. Even if you're going to run this defense though, and you're going to put a guy here, and this is going to be the zone drop look. this is not the player you want running down 20 yards down the field with this guy is what I'm getting at. And I think we both agree on that. Like, but if you're going to run this defense, like taking that, what you're saying aside, like still the personnel is incorrect to run this defensive play call. Like there's multiple things wrong here, you know?
But Tab, this just comes down to an attitude, and it's less about X's and O's here. It's about Jimmy and Joe's at a certain point. Like, you just have to say it's 4th and game. Your best player has to be on their best player, and that's either Samuel or Peel right now on the outside. So they just have to track him. They have to tell somebody else, go cover my spot because I'm doing this guy. Like, that's
yes,
it.
no, but that's like, it's not the play call. This isn't a man look. Like, it's not a man look.
I get that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is it is a mistake to not have your best players on him in that situation. It just is. You can play a zone and then just play this one kid man to man because you can't let this kid get loose. He's literally their best player. He's like their only player.
Yeah, I mean,
he got 11 passes yesterday. This is the game. They're going to pass him. It's the same thing with Iamore last year. There was an 100% chance on 4th and 9 they were going to pass to Iamore. You should have had like 4 guys on him. We should have learned this last year.
Yes, I think honestly this play was kind of more designed to do that. Like this was supposed to be a bracket coverage on him. Like this was a zone defense called to have a guy running underneath and Deuce coming over the top. Like this was a bracketed look. The personnel is just wrong. You have a guy who's more of a rush off-ball linebacker trying to drop 20 yards here. You should have another player in this spot. We've talked about it though. Like he doesn't even play this badly. It's just not the right decision tactically to have him in the game here. And then obviously you get a funky throw. It just kind of lands on his back shoulder. It's what it is. But I don't necessarily disagree as much with the play call individually as I do with the personnel on the field. Like, I don't think it was a horrible play call if you have the right guys on the field here.
Yeah, I'm just frustrated because I think you got to put your best player in the other best player. I think that's just sports, man. Like, that's just me. But
yeah, sometimes that's not how defense works, though. Like, if you're trying to, if you want to have a certain look.
I get what you're saying, but the reason they're putting him in the slot is for this exact reason, so that they can get him a mismatch.
Right, but that also makes it easier to put 2 guys on him when he's in the middle of the field, you know? Like, it's just the trade.
I think we just disagree here. Yeah. That's all right. Let us know in the comments who you think's right. I'm sure it's going to be me.
I don't think so.
All right. Willis's first touch. 3rd and 5. Willis's first touch of the game. 12:52 into the game, and he's like a 20-yard run downfield. He would end the first half with 6 carries.
And then proceeded to not touch the ball again until the 4th quarter. Like, I don't. We've spent a lot of time talking about this. I'm confused at his usage. It doesn't make sense to me. Literally, I mean, it happened in the last game too. As soon as he touched the ball, good things happened.
The game changed. Yeah.
And I think what happened too is like when he didn't touch the ball for long periods of time, you saw like he lost his rhythm. He was more tentative. Like when you have a back like this, it's progressive. Like you've talked a ton about this. Like you batter teams, you make them feel you, and he's going to get a feel for rhythm and where he's going to
get better as the game goes.
Exactly. Yeah. And like when we don't lean on him, that you don't build up that effect. He doesn't get in rhythm, and you just lose so much of what he can bring to the game. So I don't know. I like I said, like I think you've really pounded this point with him and the value that he can bring. It's frustrating that we've now gone 8 quarters, and I just don't feel like we haven't made progress on it yet.
Agreed. Another one here. This is just a Russell sweep. I think this is just one we wanted to talk about because we didn't love this play call here. It's a double reverse here to Russell. I didn't hate the play call so much. He turns that upfield. It might be a touchdown here. Yasin was leading him there, but then I think to myself, well, what if Yasin just had the ball there?
That's what's eye-popping to me from this one is like, yes, it's honestly not a badly designed play. Like Russell makes the wrong read, he takes it outside. he should have taken this alley inside, but Willis isn't taking that out. He's not going outside with that one, like I do wish we just hand the ball to Willis here when we get in the red zone. It feels like we find every way to not give him the ball on first downs, like in these situations. And it's just it's a little odd, but like you talked about, it's not the worst play. It just is it's kind of an example of we're not giving the ball to our best players to do the things that they're good at. Do you know what I mean? And it just is, we're leaving a lot of meat on the bone with the offense right now.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
All right. Cut it there. I like you saying that. It's just
What's that?
Defense. I like how we ended that. That was fun.
And it ended too with the perfect shot on the video.
Oh, it was a touchdown. Yeah. All right. How do we want to start here?
I think that was honestly a good back and forth on that defensive play because we covered that play extensively in our review. That was sort of a different look from us.
I liked it. That was an honest, genuine discussion. Disagreement.
I don't even know that it's a huge disagreement. More so, just we're kind of honestly more disappointed in different tactical things. You didn't like the play call. I hated the personnel more. I think you can make arguments on both of them, and that's probably why it's not a good coaching decision.
I also because that's something that can actually drive people to engage, whether or not they like me or you.
Totally.
All right, what do you want to do here?
Is this defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, should we just do want to do a kind of a defensive snapshot on stuff that we noticed?
Okay. Okay, I'll just run it. I'll just run it. Just follow me.
I feel like we're kind of I don't know, we're kind of just figuring this out.
Yeah, follow my lead here. I think
exactly. You tee it up. I'm just gonna follow however you tee it up.
All right. Cool. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right. So jump back in here on the defense. Let's look at some stuff. Let's start with the screens. So there's 3 interesting plays here that happened in a row that we can take a look at. This is the first one. 3rd and 12. Almost an exact replica of Tennessee game. 3rd and 12, and we somehow let a screen go all the way for a first down. A great run by Edwards. I've been impressed with that kid the last 2 years in the Dome, so I do have to give that kid a little bit of a shout out. Edwards, he's been pretty good, but this is just a disaster all over him.
It's just awful. It's the linebacker play here it's really poor. Sparrow just overruns this play, takes out a couple other Syracuse guys kind of in the process of doing it. And then all of a sudden, Reese is kind of meeting the ball carrier while he's being blocked 7 yards downfield. It's just not a pretty play. We weren't ready for this. And I don't know why we weren't, to be honest, because UConn isn't a terrific downfield passing team. Fignano is just fine. He's fine quarterback, but he's not beating you down the field repeatedly. They're going to run screens on 3rd and long.
Now, I do just want to show this play because it's a screen, but we do have to say that before we get any deeper in this, the defense actually played great in this game. So I know we're looking at clips and we might be critical on some clips, but overall, I thought the defense was really, really good in a long stretches of the game, keeping us in the game. So even though we're showing some of the bad, I don't want to make it seem like it was only bad out there.
No, there was good and bad. I know we have some good clips in here, but I think there was particularly kind of earlier in the game, we really did tighten up after halftime after that first drive. But early in the game, I think a lot of these clips are from the first half where we were struggling.
Yeah, so this was their touchdown drive, right? It went from 3rd and 12 on the last play, and then you get the first down. They run another screen, and we are not aware that they're going to run a screen again. So we're just completely outnumbered. Deuce, I think that's Raheem Long there makes a good tackle 1-on-1. He does make the tackle, but you literally have one-on-one with a safety again because you have one guy out there and it's Demetrius Samuel.
Yeah, it's not good. It's just not good. We're not prepared for this.
Right? Like there's one guy out there. There's two guys out there, and there's three of them. Like it's just, yeah. It's so that's another first down
on this play, which again was better.
But it's a first down. It was a tackle, but it's a tackle after a first down because it's another safety making a tackle. And then this is the next play, right? So
Same thing.
This is the next play. It's actually a 2nd and 1. And then this play is maddening again because it's literally the same play they just ran on the other side, but to the other side of the field.
Yeah. They literally flipped it. They flipped it and ran it again.
I do that in NCAA, you know, like I find
you can see they ran tempo here. They snapped this ball pretty quickly, like it was maybe 10, 15 seconds after the other play ended. Tempo.
So this is how they score a touchdown, right? They go screen on 3rd and 12, a screen on the next down, a screen on the next down. They're inside the red zone, and then they ended up calling a double pass and beating us for a touchdown. And that's how this drive ended, and that was a really frustrating way for a drive to end. Obviously, the fact that it's the end of the first quarter and we still have a shutout there is pretty good. So, here's another example of end arounds. I don't know when this play will not work on Syracuse. Little outside zone here, like just end arounds, outside zones. You know, anything that's like just getting to the edge of our defense apparently is the easiest thing right now.
Yeah, we're having trouble setting an edge and running guys down on anything that's to the outside right now.
And we talked about it off the line. I'm Boriola. I think he decides to stunt solo here. Fills the wrong gap. I thought Boriola played a good game, but that was a tough play for him.
Yeah, the other thing too is like I'm wondering, and it's something that popped up later in the game and on film is I'm wondering if this is one of those plays where he was designed to fall back in the pass game again, which we are doing with our. And I think that's actually, now that I'm looking at it, what he was anticipating was he was going to drop back
into the middle there,
which is you know, and I think he anticipated too early. Yeah. He anticipates too early because he's dropping back, and there's a question about why he's doing that in this situation.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense because I didn't understand why he just left the gap wide open. But if he's thinking about potentially playing the pass or even trying to play the inside run for some reason because he's on a spy or something,
and he doesn't set the edge.
Can we talk about another thing we don't like here? I don't like the 5-down lineman. It's too easy to run around on a 3rd and 1, right? Because they literally don't block 2 players on the outside. They literally let 2 players, both of these guys here, go. They turn and run away from them, these 2.
Yeah.
These 2 get blocked by nobody, so they're useless on this play. And this guy's a track star, so he's out of here.
Exactly. They basically are like, our back is faster than your weak side linemen and linebackers. He's just going to beat him to the edge. And it was right.
Crazy. All right. One more end around. And then we're going to get some good stuff. End around here. Again, same kind of thing. No edge being set at all. Just getting mauled on the outside. Their tight ends are good blockers. I'll tell you that much. They definitely block well. But this is just no recognition. Everybody's running to get the running back, and he doesn't have the ball. Like you can see it right here at the end of this. You can see it. Look at where everybody's head turns. Look at 19. Look at 1. Look at 8. Look at 4. Everybody's going the wrong way. 94, 5. Everybody's going right. Everybody's first move here is looking at the running back. This guy is almost at the corner. And it's like the only guy who recognizes he has the ball is McDonald. And he's getting blocked. So then you have just kind of a disaster. Bryant's trying to chase him down. Bryant kind of does a good job, and then Deuce, of course, cleans it up. But, you know, again, this is like not great recognition here. But overall, the defense, a lot of bends but don't break, right? So a lot of these, they actually bowed up and they got stops, and they were able to really make a difference when it counted. So let's take a look at some of that.
Totally. I will say, like, while we are critical too, like, Jim Mora Jr., like, is a good like offensive
Very good
coach.
coach.
He's orchestrated really good running games when he was obviously like years ago with Michael Vick, like work done, and some of those offenses where they were pretty prolific running the ball. Obviously, like he does know what he's doing scheming these plays. He did his homework on our defense, honestly.
Yeah, another one he did homework on. Sorry, this is the last one. McDonald
really?
1-on-1. Another baffling coaching decision here. McDonald 1-on-1 against this running back was a mismatch all day long, and letting him go 1-on-1 on and it's such an important 3rd and 2 pass play. This leads to a field goal here, right? So you needed a stop here, and you had the chance on 3rd and 2. And you just it's a confusing play call on defense to leave McDonald 1-on-1 there.
Yeah, I didn't love this. Again, this guy.
You're just putting your guy in a bad spot. You're putting your guy in a bad spot.
Exactly, and like this is not what he's going to be. This is not what McDonald is good at. This guy's a speedster. Like this is a mismatch from a personnel standpoint from the jump.
You're not giving him a good chance. You're not giving him a good chance to make a play here.
You're not.
All right. Moving on. All right, the good stuff. Peel.
Yes.
What a tackle.
This is great. And he's been good in both games now, both in coverage and really in support in the run game. And just honestly, he's a sure tackler in general. This is a great
He's been
play.
great. He's been all around great. He wraps that up easily. He gets a good physical tackle on the ball, which is good here because even if Edwards does get out of this, Delorier is right there. Bryant is right there. It's contained because Peel got physical on the tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He didn't try to on-tackle. He got down in Edwards' legs here. He stopped his momentum. So even if he does end up shaking off this tackle from Peel, which again, great job to get him to the ground, there's other guys already there because of the physicality that Peel is playing with here. And, we don't have any clips of Samuel here, but I could have picked a bunch of clips from either one of them. They were both doing this all night long.
100%. I mean, this is just a good play. I mean, he sees this play, he fights through a block, he gets downfield, makes a physical tackle on the ball on a running back. I think we've talked about this. Our secondary is providing good support in the run game. Like this is not a problem that we have with our defense. Like the secondary is providing this support.
Deuce is everywhere.
You'd like to see the linebackers a little closer to the ball, maybe on this play, but
the linebackers were actually okay on this play. The linebackers were in good position on this play because they were there in support. If that tackle is not made, Delorier and Bryant are both around the ball here. So this is actually a great example of what we haven't really seen enough of, right? Because Delorier is right there. I know he's getting blocked, but he's right there. And so is Bryant. Bryant is literally right behind it. So that play, because of what Peel does, gets blown up, but good support by the linebackers. This was just an example of running our defense to perfection here.
Right. The guys are at least rallying, and it takes one guy to make a play, and then the other guys are there to rally around that, So, yeah, Peel has been impressive. He's corner one. I think he's a guy who we can be confident out there in a starting position for us for the rest of the year. Like, he looks good.
So, a guy we love, and we're always going to pump our guy here, Antoine Delorier. We love this kid. I mean, this kid has been great so far to start the season. And here's an example of a sure tackle where the running back pops free. He hides perfectly behind the defensive lineman here, so he doesn't get blocked, and he pops right out into the gap. And then he is so sure-handed with his tackles, especially for a freshman. I mean, look at him just pop out, boom, guys on the ground. And again, I think a theme on every single one of these plays is that you see Samuel running to the ball. I see it on every single play on defense. Even when he doesn't necessarily make the play, he is always running to the ball. He's always around the ball. He's flying across the field. He made a few tackles where he flew across the field, and I didn't even know where he came from. I was like, holy shit, that's Samuel? I thought he was on the other side of the field. So he was really excellent. This is just another example of him in run support as a 17-year-old freshman. Two of our freshmen make a big-time play here, and this is really, really good, really encouraging to see.
Absolutely. It's a nice play from Delorier. Other thing that's interesting about this play, and Didn't notice it till now. There's 3 linebackers on the field on this play, which I don't think we did a ton of. Like, you got McDonald, Bryant, and Delorier in on this play.
We did some of it. We did some of it yesterday. More
We definitely
yesterday
did
than
more
we
of
have.
it, especially when they went heavy personnel. This, I think, is 2.
Because they like to play their tight ends.
They're playing 2 tight ends, so we went a little heavier.
I think we can do that if teams play 2 tight ends, but if they're playing a bunch of receivers, we can't do that because we can't have the third linebacker on the field. And most college teams these days, especially ones we're going to see in the ACC, do 3 receivers.
Definitely. But just, something interesting to know. But I think, like you've talked about, like Delorier from a strength perspective is fine. He gets his hands on somebody, he makes an impact. And I think it's just exciting. Obviously, I think there's a couple plays we're about to get to here in a bit.
Let's do it. Let's get
really stepped up. But the Frenchman has arrived, we'll say, there on the hill.
Yeah, as Skies of Montreal ties, we love this kid. So here it is, end of the game. Delorier just play number 1 makes a beautiful play. Play number 2 makes a beautiful play. Ends the game. Big time clutch. You said it reminded you of Vatek. This, in a way, reminded me a little bit of Vatek because Vatek in overtime, we just needed somebody to make a play. We got the lead. We needed somebody to make a play. Boom, Marleau pops up. You love to see that. That was Marleau's whole career. And I'm not putting that on this kid. I'm not saying he's going to be Marleau. I don't want to give those expectations of a freshman. But this is the kind of thing that we needed somebody to do this year to fill the hole of Marleau, is make these big time plays. Because throughout the past 4 years at Syracuse, on defense, anytime we've needed anybody to make a play for us, it's been Marleau Wax. And he's not here anymore. So who's going to be that guy who steps up? And Delorier makes a big claim for it in only his 2nd game as a freshman.
Totally. I mean, the defense really stepped up here. Obviously, Delorier with the 2 biggest plays of the game here at the end. But we were actually in good position overall here on these. Like he makes it, the first deflection is good, obviously, there. But we're actually in good coverage there on the back end, too. Like, I think it's Kerr who's draped over Bell.
And then you had Kerr in the middle. You had Peel just locking up on the outside, a tight end over on the other side, I think. And then you had Samuel locking somebody up too here. So like everybody here is covered. They've got nobody open, and they had nobody open for a lot of this game, which is why you're not. We don't have many clips of them passing the ball deep down the field or them dicing us from a passing perspective at all. We have a few of the frustrating run clips and screen clips that we know we have to clean up as a defense. But when it comes to the passing game, we were locked down all game. And this is a great example of it. 2 plays where nobody is open. Even if Fagano does get it past Laurier, everybody's in good coverage here.
Totally. No, it is. Like we're executing this play defensively well. One thing that does pop out just from this sequence too, and just watching Delorier, I think we need to campaign for this guy to wear a neck roll, man. This guy, tell me that would not elevate the look with the armband already, a neck roll. Like, we've got the perfect 90s linebacker out here. Like, I almost
he would look so badass
like
with a neck roll. He would look so badass with a neck roll. Oh my god!
I think he needs a neck roll.
I think that's
cool. The next step.
That's how he comes back. If he comes back sophomore year with a neck roll, dude, I'm gonna be like, this kid should win the Heisman.
Totally.
If he gets a neck roll, he's gonna be a Heisman level player.
Absolutely.
First defensive Heisman in forever.
Totally.
We have just some other random plays, couple Willis plays because I love Willis, so that, and then this fumble punt play, which not great for UConn here. Unfortunately, we don't put this one in the end zone after it, but good recognition by Reese and Jabity and Jaquez getting there in the backfield and making a play on that and not making sure the punter can't get this off. It's good pressure here by Reese, and then Jabity and Jaquez are both there to clean it up. So this was a fun little play that felt like it might turn the tide at the moment and led to 3 points. But was hopeful we might get more from it. But again, I thought it was a fun, cool play and another good job by the defense here.
Yeah, I think the special teams, like we've talked about, it's just been
Special teams, yeah.
is heavily improved. Like the first couple games, like obviously we made a change there after, frankly, what was just a poor unit last year. We've been good on special teams, dude. It's nice to honestly be on the like receiving end of some gaffes on the special team side and not be the ones making them. You know, like
They really helped.
It's been good. And so, yeah, that was obviously was a play. At least got us on the board. We got some points on the board from that, and at least made us feel good about ourselves, kind of getting into the half.
Willis touchdown here. I mean, not Willis touchdown. Sorry, first Willis run up the middle on second and third. Love this little run here. Gets 5. Again, early in the second quarter. One of his 6 touches. You know, we watched one of the other ones earlier. Confusing that he didn't get the ball more. It's something I'm going to continue to campaign for. I want to see him get the ball early and often. I think he's such a mismatch. He's going to force defenses to come down. It's going to give Angeli easier looks. It's going to give our wide receiver better options, better, coverages.
I completely agree. Like I want to see more of this. I want to see him being utilized more in these downs and distances, like early downs, getting him the rock. Again, this is where he excels. It's like getting him running in between the tackles, make the defense really react to that, and then we can obviously vary up our looks from there. But this has just got to be a staple of us moving forward.
Love it. All right. Next, Willis go ahead TD. So this is late in the fourth here. You need a touchdown. You're in the red zone. What do? You just hand the ball to the big boy, let him put it in. That's what he does.
It is like we get the ball
Feels
down.
like he's going to get a touchdown every game.
Totally. Like we get the ball down inside the 5-yard line, the ball needs to be in his hands. Like it just
first and goal. First and goal, it's 4 times inside the
5. 100%. That's just what needs to happen. It needs to start with first and goal in his hands, and we're going to see where it goes from there. You know, like he's just good at this. Like we get around the end zone, the defense has to react to his size and power, and it's going to give opportunities for him to bounce it outside. Like obviously this was the moment in the game where we finally took a lead.
One thing I don't want to mention is look right down here. JB, that's our boy Justin Barron. We talked about this a little bit in the game review. It's so awesome to see Barron come back to campus. We love him. He was such an excellent player at Syracuse for so long. He did everything on the defense, secondary, linebacker. He would have played defensive line. He would have played offensive line if you asked him to. That kid had so much toughness and so much heart. And, obviously he wasn't a Fran guy to start with, but, he adopted the motto last year, right, of Dart, and really bought in. And he was one of the big reasons our team was so successful last year. And then to see him coming back to campus so quickly right away, obviously he's with the practice squad with Dallas, and, they had their game early in the week, so he's probably got nothing to do. But it's just awesome that in his free time he wants to come back, and it just shows the kind of culture and kind of the awesome, program that Fran is building, where guys want to be around. Guys are coming back when they have free time because they just want to be around the program. They want to be around the other guys. So it's awesome to see him being there all the way through the game. Didn't leave. He's there. He's right in the corner of the end zone. He almost looks like he wants to jump on the field and celebrate with the guys. I love it. I love everything about it.
I did too, man. It's just great. It's great to see, obviously, just guys coming back and being excited to be part of the program. And I think like it's obviously the biggest thing about the Fran Brown era is the culture change and just the shift and just believing and being part of something and being part of the Syracuse football culture. It's exciting. And while this game obviously had its ups and downs, it was, like we've talked about, so much more pleasant to be reacting and learning with a win than it was what it would have lost coming out of this. Like when this game ended, it was sort of still shocking that we actually won that game. And I honestly feel like what Valari said in the press conference was true. I am not sure we win this game, in a different era. I do feel like this is something that the Fran Brown era, we keep fighting. We play 4 quarters. and we finish games. And I'm hopeful that this continues, and hopefully we can get on the right path here this season.
Brown teams never quit.
No,